Okay, welcome back. This is lecture 1 of residential status. Okay, for assessment year 2022-23, and this is for December 2022 attempt of CMA intermediate. ठीक है, December attempt के लिए है ये हमारा topic. Section 5 to Section 9 of Income Tax Act में cover होता है residential status. Okay, it is covered under 5 to 9. Okay, why it is important is it determines what scope of chargeability. That means if a person is resident or non-resident, then his tax figure changes. Okay, sometimes it becomes exempt also. So which is why his status determines the scope of his chargeability. How much will be charged, what will not be charged. Okay, so which is why it is very, very important. Before you calculate tax of anyone, you have to first find out his residential status. It will make a huge difference. Okay, now let us see how residential status is studied, or basically what comes under residential status. Person, we have got 7 persons, correct? This is person means all 7 persons. Okay, individual, HUF, AOP, BOI company, okay, AJP, local authority, all of them. Now in here you have to divide it into these 2 persons. One is individual and HUF separately. Okay, then all other 5 persons separately. Okay, so for individual and HUF it is separate, and for other 5 it is separate. Right. So now let us see. So for individual and HUF, you've got resident in India. Okay, and you have got non-resident in India. Okay, for other 5 you have resident in India and you have got non-resident in India. Okay, this is common, but for others it stops here at resident and non-resident. That's it. There's no further classification. For individual and HUF, apart from resident and non-resident, you have further 2 classifications. Okay, one is ordinarily resident or OR in India, and second is NOR, not ordinarily resident. So resident can be further classified into OR and NOR. Okay, this is your basic table of residential status. Now we'll see some general points. Okay, it is different for each previous year, right? So it's possible that a person was staying in some other country and now he has returned to India, now he is permanently in India. So his residential status will change. Okay, so it will be different for each previous year, or it can be different for each previous year. Okay, you have to compute it every year. So once you get one residential status, if I am saying you are a non-resident for this year, previous year 21-22, all sources of income, for all sources of income, you will be an NR only. Okay, it's not, you cannot have different status for different incomes. Okay, so for 1 year, just one status you will get: resident, non-resident, ordinarily resident, not ordinarily resident, whatever it is, that will stay for all incomes for 1 year. Okay, right? Citizenship, impact on citizenship. Citizenship is a different thing. Okay, it doesn't have relation with residential status. Little bit of relation is there now in the current rules. Okay, but normally, like, it is not a concept directly related to citizenship. Okay, country specific, because residential rules are different for different countries. Okay, so these are the main points of residential status. Now we are coming into the real topic. ठीक है, तो यहाँ तक समझ गया होगा सबको मेरे ख्याल से. मैंने वही बोला, जनरल पॉइंट्स जो आपके हर प्रीवियस ईयर के लिए अलग हो सकता है. ओके, और एक स्टेटस आप एक प्रीवियस ईयर के लिए बनाएंगे, वो सारे इनकम पे अप्लाई होगा. सिटीजनशिप के साथ नॉर्मली कोई रिलेशन नहीं है, थोड़ा बहुत रिलेशन आता है कंट्री स्पेसिफिक. एवरी कंट्री हैज इट्स ओन रूल्स. नाउ डिटर्मिनेशन ऑफ residential status, we're first starting with individual. Okay, starting with the person individual. How do you determine it? He has to satisfy any of the below conditions. Okay, if he satisfies any of the below conditions, he'll be a resident. Okay, so he's in India in the previous year for 182 days or more. Where from? How we got 182? If you do 365 upon 2, you'll get 182.5. It's basically roughly half year we are talking about. So he's in India in the previous year for 182 days or more, or they are saying. Okay. So any one of these points, not a cumulative point. Is in India for a period of 60 days or more during the previous year, 365 or more during the immediately preceding previous years. So this one says satisfies any one. Okay. So even if one he satisfies, he'll be a resident. He is in India in the previous year for 182 days or more. 182. If you forget, just do 365.2. It will remind you. He is in India for 60 days or more during previous year. Okay, 60 days or more during previous year, and for 365 days or more during 4 years immediately preceding the relevant previous. Okay, any one of the two. So what is 4 years preceding the previous year for us? Current, this is 2017, 18, 2018, 19, 2019, 20, 2020, 21. Okay, and your current previous year is what now? 2021, 22. What is your 4 years immediately preceding the previous year? These 4 years. Just remember, starts from 2017. Okay, right? So these are the two conditions which have to be satisfied. Now for non-resident, if he doesn't satisfy any of the two, he is a non-resident. Straightforward. Okay, right? Now, this point I've already told you, it will be only for the relevant previous year. Every year you have to compute residential status. Okay. Now, let's go for an illustration. It says Sam came to India for the first time during 21-22. See, this is very important for the first time. Came to India for the first time, because why it is important is, if he has come for the first time during 2001 to 2002, then you know that before this year, 4 years before this year, he was not in India. He came for the first time here. Okay. So here, by this, we already know that for these 4 years, his stay in India is 0, because he has come for the first time here. Okay. That is the one you come to. This is what we get. If other way around they are given, is leaving India for the first time. If say they are leaving India for the first time, okay, in 2001, 2002, they say like that. That means he's going out first time. That means in these 4 years, every year he was in India for 365 days each. That is the meaning. That is the big relevance of coming to India for the first time and going out of India for the first time. Okay. So here it is what? It came to India for the first time. So that means in these 4 years, it is 0. If it is 0 in these 4 years, then the second condition will not be fulfilled, correct? So he can be a resident only by the first condition, which is 182 days. Got it? Because total of these 4 is 0. So that means 365 or more during 4 years, this is not satisfied. So number 2 is not satisfied. That means he only has one chance, 182 days or more during the previous year. Okay, that is during this year. Okay. So now the question, let's go back to the question. So he came to India during previous year, during the previous year. Okay. He stayed in India for 50 days, 183 days, and 153 days, determine residential status. So straightforward, we know that 60 days point is not useful for us. So we only can use 182 days or more. So only this point, here he is a resident. Other 2 cases, he becomes a non-resident. Okay. So again, here, if you see, condition 1, 182 days or more. Okay. Condition 2, 4 years preceding the previous year. Okay, PY 60 days or more. Condition 1, 182 days or more. Okay. Condition 2 was this. In PY, it is 60 days or more, 4 years preceding 365. This is not getting fulfilled. So only this is what you have to test now. Okay, this is how you have to do these problems. So this is not useful for us. Okay, so now test 182 days or more among these three. Which one is holding good? Only this 183, correct? So which is why only 183 is resident, other two are non-resident. Okay, समझ में आ गया होगा मेरे ख्याल से जो मैंने बोला यहाँ पे ये कंडीशन जो है इसमें फर्स्ट टाइम जो है केम टू इंडिया फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम मैंने 4 years इमीडिएटली प्रीसीडिंग द प्रीवियस ईयर में 0 दिन इंडिया में था, इसीलिए कंडीशन 2 कैंसिल हो गया. ओके, चलो नाउ विल गो टू द नेक्स्ट प्रॉब्लम. Okay, this person is a British national, comes to India for the first time. So here is coming again for the first time. Okay, in 2017-18. Okay, and then so our 4 years immediately preceding it starts from 17-18. Correct? We saw above. During financial year 17-18, 18-19, 19-20, 20-21, and 21-22, which is the current previous year. ठीक है, ये आपका current previous year है. ये 4 years immediately preceding. This 4 years immediately preceding. Okay. So he was in India for 55 days, 60 days. Okay, they have given you the days now. Okay, that is 17-18 is 55 days. 60 days is your 18-19. And others also they have given below. I will show you. ठीक है, नीचे दिए हैं और 80, 90 और ये. ठीक है. ओके, सो डिटरमाइन रेजिडेंशियल स्टेटस. So यहाँ पे आपको what you have to do. So here how much is he is here in the previous year? The previous year how many days are there? It is 70. Okay, previous year it is 70, right? So previous year is 70, then he cannot fulfill this, correct? So cut this first condition. Now only second condition can be fulfilled. So now just add these 4 and see, add these 4 and see whether it is 365 days or more. If yes, he will become a resident. Okay, otherwise non-resident. Got it? Okay, so how you will solve this is, okay, now if you add these 4, 55, 60, 80 and 160, okay, it is less than 160 days. You can just add and see. Okay, it has to be 365 days or more. If it is less than 365 days, then he is a non-resident. Okay, if you want, I can add and show here 55, 60, 80, 160. Okay, total is 355. So 10 days is less. Okay, which is why he is non-resident. Clear? Okay, so now next is exceptions, is the last part we are doing now, and then I will let you go. Okay, exceptions to the above rule. Above rule means the basic conditions. Okay, so these are exceptions to the basic conditions. In the following cases, SSC shall be treated as a resident only if he is in India for 182 days or more. Okay, the exception A, there are 3 exceptions. One is exception A. Here, what they are saying is your second point will get cut. Okay, so I'm taking you up. Okay, here, what they are saying, if exception A condition is fulfilled, okay, this will get cut. And you will only be able to test using this. Okay, that is the first exception. Let us say who comes under that. ठीक है, फर्स्ट एक्सेप्शन में सेकंड वाला जो पॉइंट है वो कट जाएगा, राइट? So in this case, if we are talking about both of person who is leaving India. Okay, always remember is a person who is leaving India, going out of India. Okay. And so in both cases, it has to be an Indian citizen, okay, who leaves India during the previous year. Both are same till here, for employment purpose or as a member of crew of an Indian ship. Okay, the conditions have to be fulfilled as it is. If they are saying Indian ship, it has to be Indian ship. If we saying employment purposes, has to be employment purpose, not business purpose. Okay. So all words are important here. So if you have a person who has left India for employment purpose during the previous year or as a member of crew of Indian ship, for testing his residential status, you can cut the second point, second basic condition. Okay, clear? Simple, nothing there. So this is exception A. Now this is exception B. Okay, this is exception B. So it says that Indian citizen or person of Indian origin. Here it was only Indian citizen or person of Indian origin. Okay. Now let me just tell you who is person of Indian origin. Okay. Person is of Indian origin if he, his parents or grandparents. Which grandparents? Your dad's mom, dad, or your mom's mom, dad. Both are fine. Okay. So any of these have to be born in undivided India. Born in undivided India. That is before 15th of August 1947. Any of these persons should be born in undivided India. Okay. Then you will be treated as person of Indian origin. Simple. Grandparents can be maternal or paternal. So your mom's mom, dad, dad's mom, dad, and your parents. Okay. Any of these. If they have been born in undivided India, then you are a person of Indian origin. Okay. So let's go back here. So an Indian citizen or person of Indian origin comes on a visit to India during the previous year. Okay. So what you have to see, 2 points here. Okay. Is total income other than income from foreign sources. Just leave is foreign income. Only see is Indian income. Okay. There can be two things. One is it can be up to 15 lakhs during the previous year, or it can be more than 15 lakhs. If it is up to 15 lakhs, okay. If it is up to 15 lakhs, that is this one. So just do the same which you did in the point 2. In point 2, in the exception A, what did you do? You cut off second point, right? Same thing you have to do. Only basic condition applies up to 15 lakhs. So no change. Okay. If it exceeds 15 lakhs, okay, then what you have to do? If it exceeds 15 lakhs, then the second condition. So here we deleted second condition. Here what you will do, first condition will always be there. Okay, nobody will touch it. Now, the second condition, change 60 days to 120 days. That's all. Only change you have to do here. So what, in other words, in short, I'll tell you, if it exceeds 15 lakhs during the previous year, okay, what I'll be doing is here in condition 2, I will change it this 60 to 120. That's all. That's what you have to do. Over. And now you can test with these conditions. Okay. So this is your exception B. Okay. Second exception. So just one last exception. Okay. And here just income from foreign sources have been defined here. For you, just it is sufficient that it is foreign income generated from foreign country. So income which is accruing or arising in India, okay, which is accruing or arising not in India, foreign income, that much is sufficient for now. Okay. So that is foreign income. Okay. For this purpose, that you have to exclude. Now this is the, and yeah, one more thing I'll tell you that after this we'll see a concept of RNOR and ROR. ROR, ordinarily resident and not ordinarily resident. So if the person is becoming resident by this route, this second condition, 120 days, so he will always become RNOR. Okay. He cannot become ROR. That's one condition. That's all. So when we'll do a problem, I'll show you that, and then just attend Thursday's class of Shivam sir. Okay. So we'll be doing many problems of all these things, and then your comfort level will be good. So revise all these things nicely and go. So that session will make more sense to you. Okay. Then it becomes resident. Now the C points exception C also. This is that again, if he is becoming resident using exception C, always will be RNOR, will not become ROR. So in exception C, see you have got these points. He is a citizen of India. First point. Okay. Again, total income other than foreign sources exceeds 15 lakhs. Okay. This is the second condition. Okay. Third condition is he's not satisfying any of the basic conditions. This is one different thing, is not satisfying any of the basic conditions. Okay, right? And he is not liable to tax in other country, okay, by reason of his domicile or residence. That means he is not taxable in another country. So he's basically taxable only in India. That is the point here. So these four conditions, these are cumulative. Okay, so all four should get satisfied together. There is no or here. See, cumulative conditions. Okay. So if this satisfied, if he satisfies this, okay, you can see in this condition, there is no days limit. Can you see any 60 days, 120 days, 182 days here? No. So even without seeing days, he will become resident from this route. Okay, it was not there previously. After this amendment came in, only then it was possible. This was one route that without seeing your days also, you can be a resident. This is only one route. Got it? Okay. And then these notes. So it's not applicable to a foreign citizen. So this is here they have clearly said, right? Citizen of India. Have they said Indian origin? No. So it is not applicable to a foreign citizen, even if he is a person of Indian origin. Okay. Not applicable to foreign citizen. This talking about this exception only. Okay. If this is satisfied, then individual shall be deemed to be a resident irrespective of number of days stay. Okay, clear? I hope all these points are clear so far, right? So we will continue from here in tomorrow's class. Okay, just wanted to start this a bit because we were a little behind schedule, right? So today was whole thing we had to do residential status. So, but I think by the time we complete house property, we'll come back on the schedule. Okay. Any questions you want to ask, you can ask, or that's it. Or no?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, thank you.